Need to add you, Chloe. Mm-mm-mm. Add. Chloe, awesome. Hi, Bismarck. Hey.
Yay!
Wanna...
It
Woo!
worked.
It works. Woo! How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Fern?
Oh yeah, I'm at an angle. I'm wonking. Oh. You can tell I ain't done an Insta live before.
It's cool.
Right,
It's
I'm still
cool.
wonking. Oh my gosh, sort your life out. All right, that'll do. I'll be a little bit of a wonk, but that's fine.
No worries.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm inside out of the rain. I was out a
Yeah,
minute ago and it was pouring down, so I'm glad to be back inside. How are you?
yeah.
How's your day?
Yeah, no, I'm all right. Just been busy working.
Oh,
But yeah, thank you very much for joining, and thank you for doing my first live as part of Dance Integrated.
you're
It's
so
very
welcome.
exciting. And I was just thinking, just before I pressed live, I was thinking it's very apt that you are doing my first live with me,
Oh,
considering I met you during university and you helped me through uni and after uni. So I feel like you're
oh,
ideal for this platform, and your knowledge hopefully
oh.
will be useful to everyone.
I'm honored. Thank you for having me.
That's all right. Thank you. So yeah, so the first kind of question I wanted to ask you is if you're thinking back to whereabouts did you study actually? I don't think I know
So
that.
my story is a bit of a crazy one. So I've always done like the arts since I was
Mhm.
little, and mostly like after school clubs and any club I could get involved in, I was there.
Yeah.
So then when I got into college, I actually, because originally I actually wanted to be a singer and music producer.
Oh,
So
okay.
out of all of the arts,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
actually wanted to do music at first, and then
yeah,
dance kind of swayed me. So then when I was leaving school, I was trying to apply to as many colleges as possible, and I actually did music production in my first year of college, like music artistry course, and music, and then did dance outside of that. So I'd always been training like in different crews. So I started off in a dance crew, and then from being in that dance crew, I learned of like underground classes and the underground
yeah,
scene.
yeah,
Because I started dancing in my bedroom, like thinking I was Michael Jackson. So I
yeah.
literally went from
All
that
right.
to like understanding how to navigate
Yeah.
myself to train.
Mm.
So I started to do open classes, and then I applied. It was in my first year of college that I applied for like dance schools and performing arts schools, and I got into a few, but
Yeah.
I didn't have the money to pay for
Yeah,
the
yeah,
monthly
yeah.
fees and stuff. So I
Mm.
I don't know if it's the same now, but I auditioned for like what they used to call a Dada Award, which like supports you
Yeah, that
like
rings a
on your,
bell.
so
Yeah.
there's like different, there's probably new ones now, but at the time
Yeah.
Dada Award that kind of supports you along with like if you apply for student finance and stuff like that. So I auditioned for that. I didn't get the scholarship, so it was just like it was the most heartbreaking like
Mm.
moment of my life because I couldn't go to the school I wanted to.
Yeah.
And I actually ended up going to WAC Performing Arts College, which is in North London,
Okay.
which Rosie from myself went to.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I started there.
Mm.
Before then, I was doing like I did dance in school, and did it for GCSE, and I did a like different course, like short courses and stuff. Like I didn't get to be in it full
Yeah.
time. I also wanted to get into the Brits and stuff, like when I was in secondary school, but that was a bit of like a hard one to tell my parents that like, yo, I want to leave school and then go to like
Yeah. I want to know.
I want to
Yeah.
leave school. So
School.
that was a bit of a mad one, but yeah. So
Yeah.
fast forwarding, I went to WAC Performing Arts College, which is in Belsize Park. But at the time, plot twist, like they told us that there was a bit of a funding issue at the time. I can't remember it off
Mm.
by heart, but I just remember them saying that we might need to start the year again or come back at a different time and stuff like that. And I was like, I was so impatient as a young person. So like
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I'm just gonna go make money and just do my own timetable, which is what
Yeah.
I did. So I literally not influencing anyone else to do that because
No.
there's so many more opportunities now. But at
Yeah,
the time I
exactly.
was like, yo, I'm just gonna make my money and pay for my open classes and stuff. So I literally made my own timetable,
Mm.
and just worked on my craft. Like I was doing
Yeah, yeah.
every class I could, any like intensive. I did a lot of intensives, like when breaking convention, they used to do like pioneer intensives where they'll bring
Yeah.
over like Mr. Wiggles or Poppin' Pete and stuff like that, and they would do like I think it was a week or 2 weeks, like each time of like intensives.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I could travel, like I was doing as many auditions and stuff like that. And as soon as I was getting jobs and getting those opportunities, I was just utilizing any and every form of opportunity to like learn and also be able to finance myself to do more as well, because I wasn't from a wealthy background. Like from the age of like 13, I used to use my pocket money for lunch and used to go Sainsbury's and buy my multi-packs, and then literally at lunchtime it would be like, yo, who wants a Ribena for 50p?
Oh, you was one of those people. There was always a couple of kids.
That is how I used to pay for class. That is how I used to pay for trainers, like things like that.
It was obviously worked.
I was the hustler. If you wanted a donut and a Ribena, holler at me.
That's brilliant.
So yeah,
that's good.
It's a bit.
No, that's great. That's great to know. So like, it's just interesting, isn't it? Like to think about times back then. Like I guess back then you didn't really have social media. Was that?
No, it was all word of mouth. Like I didn't even. Yeah. I'd seen like even like styles like locking. I'd seen the style and not known what it was until I went to a party. I shouldn't even been at the party. I was young, and I saw someone battling locking, and someone explained it to me and showed me what it was. Like I'd seen the style, but I didn't even know what it was called and stuff. This is when I was really, really young. And I think that I know it's different now, but at those times there were so many crews and things to be a part of. Like I joined. Yeah, because I was in a crew called Vortex. That was like one of the first things that I did. And a group called Military was actually my first group. And then I auditioned at Vortex. We went as a group to audition for Boy Blue. That was when I was about 14, 15.
As a group?
Yeah.
That's so great.
As a group. We went, not as like, Vortex, but we all went like together.
Boy Blue and like, Vortex,
because we're from South. We had to go east. We had to be safe, you know. We went east, auditioned, and I remember we went to like, because at the time there was different groups in Boy Blue. So there was Chronic, Tricks and Blix, and literally like, and there was Elite, but no one was in Elite but Kenrick by himself. No one was in Elite. It was just Kenrick by himself. And then there was and then there was Chronic auditions, and I remember watching Chronic auditions, and I'm sure I was with Aaron's watching as well. Big up Aaron. I'm sure I was with Aaron and Ricky, and I can't remember who else, but I remember we was watching at the door, and we was just like, nah, bruv, let's come back and audition for Tricks, bruv, because this is too hard. So we came back. We came back the next audition, whatever day it was, and then we auditioned for Tricks. And I remember I found it really challenging because it was a totally different way of moving from like what I'd been learning and stuff, which was a great challenge. But I was like a performer, so I was giving facials for days. I'm like, I don't care, even if I die on the routine. I'm like, I'm gonna give these
your body's doing this, but your face is going.
I love that. And then I got into Tricks, and I was like literally, I didn't expect it. So it was sick. So yeah, there was that kind of training and learning from like, and even being in other crews. Like I've been in a few different crews, and just the way that training was then was just like, it was just ruthless, bruv. Like, you didn't do your lap round the block before you started, bruv. Don't come in like, it was deep, but it was worth it.
But I guess it built like that kind of training builds you, that makes you ready. Like, so anything that kind of comes by, you're like, that's nothing.
Like, definitely.
Go to training and then come.
Literally, like Aaron said,
you will die.
Man. Literally
die.
Literally.
Yeah, that's mad. So it's great to kind of know like a bit about more like not nowadays and like when you started. So like my question I was going to start the Insta Live with, but that's fine.
Sorry,
it's good to know the context first for people, especially if there's anyone on here that doesn't know you, or anyone who views it later who doesn't know you. It's good for them to know, because I just know most of it, even stuff I don't know actually. And all the names, all the crew names sound mad, like Vortex and Tricks and but yeah, the one question was, what is like the one thing that you wish someone could have come along and told you before you graduated? So think like you're on your last few months of college, and you're just like, someone comes up to you and gives you like some amazing bit of knowledge, and you're like,
I found this question really hard actually, because I think there's a lot of different things.
Yeah, I mean,
And
you
I
can,
also I'm learning to appreciate my journey, like, because everyone's journey is different. So
yeah,
I
100%.
appreciate my journey, but I think if anyone could have said something, it would be, I don't know, it's probably going to sound really cheesy, but like to believe in yourself, like
Mm,
so much to the point that
yeah,
if anyone said anything bad to you, you just wouldn't be phased. And I think that's the
yeah,
hardest thing anyone could do. Like, because
I
I
think so.
even meet
100%.
people that I look up to that are amazing, and you'll have a conversation and they don't think the same, and it's like,
Yeah,
what?
what do you mean?
So, yeah.
Yeah,
So it's like,
yeah,
I think if anyone could have said anything, I think it's definitely to not give up, and also
mm,
not that I have, but to not give up, and also just persevere through the times when you feel really crap, like,
yeah.
and show your work. Like, I can't remember the actual saying, but it's something like, if you don't show your work, then you're not an artist. So like,
Okay,
I've
yeah,
definitely struggled with that, especially being in a generation, excuse me, that has come from like not having. We did have internet. It was the long
mm,
old beep, like that's the whole long waiting of internet time. So we did have that, but it
yeah,
wasn't as efficient as it is now. So I think
mm,
it's from coming from that era where you couldn't really show everything all the time,
yeah,
and now being like, I can show you everything, is just an interesting feeling, because I'm even in my big old I'm still learning to be more open
yeah.
with what I share and stuff, which I find really hard, because I've got like my phone has like got, I don't know, 16,000 videos or something stupid like that. Guys, I
Seriously.
have a big memory on my phone.
I feel like if I go on the myself chat, they'll be like,
Yeah, there's
I don't know how many
videos
videos
that
on
no
that.
one's seen as well. So it's
Yeah,
getting out of that. Yeah, I'm getting out of that habit of being quite precious about stuff. And it's not that like I don't want
yeah,
people
yeah,
to see. I think I'm a bit of a perfectionist. Like, I want everything to look like it's finished, or like that it's perfect. So I think I'm just
yeah,
learning how to like navigate around that. But yeah, if
yeah.
I
But
was to tell someone, it would be like, don't give up. Like, even if someone
yeah,
tells you you're crap, like you're poo, bruv, don't don't listen to them. Like, just keep doing what you're doing.
yeah. No, I think no, I definitely agree with that. I think a lot of the time, especially in like the dance industry, when a lot of it you know, you're constantly, especially with social media and stuff, you're constantly seeing other dancers, you're constantly comparing yourself, so you kind of think, well, I don't look so good doing that routine. But like you said, like you go up to someone else and they'll be like self-doubting
Yeah,
themselves, but you think they're amazing. And
exactly. I
yeah,
think
no,
that's a huge
100%.
thing. From when my man, I can't remember his name, can sing numbers on Instagram, and have like the guy that sings all the numbers, and literally he is in, I don't know, Taiwan somewhere, like Thailand somewhere, literally doing videos of him singing numbers, and he's got like 10 million followers or whatever. Like, from when someone can do that,
Yeah, yeah.
then
Then
there's no limits, boy. Because yeah, I think it's about perspective, like you said. Like, when you, I think social media can get you. I think it's an amazing thing, but it can also get you a little bit stuck sometimes, where you get in a bit of a cycle of comparing yourself, which I think is a really hard thing to avoid. But I think we just need to lift each other up a little bit more as well. Like, there's so many times where I think something and I don't say it, and I'm like, no, I should say it. Like, as in, like, how what you think of someone in regards to like a positive energy to pass on and tell them how great they are. Yeah, I think that's important as well.
I think so, yeah. Like, and then if you think about like dance as a career, like I would like to say no one really gets into it because they've just fallen into it accidentally. Like, it's not an office job, it's not a 9 to 5 that you're just doing to make money. You essentially do it because you love it. So it should be something that, you know, you like empower with each other. And I think that is in places. I'm not trying to say that suddenly it's like everyone's just like, no.
Speak. I think speak your opinion, because I think it's needed, because I do think it's an interesting one, because I think now, or even then actually, I do think there are people that like have the set intention of what they want to do. Otherwise, I think for me personally, like I just knew I wanted to either dance, sing, or act, or create. I just had to be creative. Like, I find it, even through school, I wasn't bad at school. Like, I didn't get bad grades, but I just found it really hard. My attention span to write things and do things that I wasn't really fully like on, I found really hard. But like, ask me to make a dance about, I don't know, maths, then I'll be like, yo, I'll do that for you. Like, that's easy.
I'm ready. I'm gonna pass the exam. I'm ready to go. Yeah, no, that's really good advice. I think it's good. That's why the reason I asked you was, one, it's just to keep it simple, just like, so I think definitely, I think everyone can agree with like struggling with that. I think everyone does. Everyone has that little voice in their head that goes, no,
Yeah.
you just have to shut it down.
Exactly.
Yeah. I've got like a couple. Oh, I was only going to keep this on for like 15 minutes. I don't really know the time, so let's just keep rolling.
It's all right.
I've got another question for, because obviously we're trying to aim this at like people graduating, who's newly graduated. That's who at Dancing Great. That's how we're trying to help.
Mm-hmm.
Do you wish like your college and your uni, if you can think about where you studied, that they'd prepared you for something, like if they'd given you more development in a certain part of the industry?
I think this is a hard one. I feel like from working in unis and working in schools, I think that there is a lot more preparation or like advice and stuff. When I was learning in like an educational establishment, I found it quite hard to be disciplined. I remember when I was at Performing Arts College, they basically, and I think it's with any performing arts college, that you're not allowed to audition for anything until you graduate.
Okay.
And I found that really hard because I always felt like, oh, but I want the real experience, like to be able to know what to do better and stuff like that. So I used to find that quite challenging, that understanding. But I do get it now, teaching in those establishments, like the importance of kind of disciplining yourself to get as much information and as much information in your body as well, like so that everything just works with your muscle memory and comes naturally. I think what I find interesting when I'm working with students, even at when I was working with you guys at UEL and stuff, is like people not knowing really what they want to do, and sometimes I think that there's too many options, that it's like decision paralysis. Oh my days, like I don't know what to do out of all of this. Whereas like if there was like an A route and a B route, there's only two paths to choose from, so I think it's easier. But I think because I always knew I was just very driven, so I to be honest, I didn't wait for anyone to tell me. Like, I was like, I'm not waiting for you to tell me. I'm just gonna something happen.
I'm out.
Then cool. Because I used to have a lot of people tell me like to slow my roll or like take time and stuff, which I'm grateful for as well, because I was very like hot-headed and just like I want to do this, bang, let's just do it. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. But I think that's also a gift as well, because sometimes I think you can sit on your gold or sit on your dreams and stuff for time, and someone else does it, or like you end up doing it, or you end up doing something different. Like I think it's important to have that fire up your bum to just kind of push you a little bit. I think that comes back to like what you were saying earlier with the confidence thing. Like I think people sit on stuff because they maybe think but like, is anyone gonna actually appreciate this, or like I think it's trying to ignore what others think as well. And I think it's kind of like trying to keep yourself in your own bubble and just extending yourself out as and when you want to. I think it's about I think in the start of my career, I was definitely, oh my God, burning both ends of the candle. Like I was literally just like doing anything and everything. But I think now as I've got older and had that experience, I'm grateful for it. But I definitely realized the importance of like protecting your energy and where you put it in, depending on what it is you want to do, and having certain strategies, especially now. Like I feel like there's so much more on offer, and I don't know, I think strategies are good, even if you don't know what you want to do, even if you like have like a dummy strategy of what you might want. Like I think it's always good to try and follow something so that you see it through, I think is a really important thing. I think
what you're saying with I'm trying to even think what the question was now. What was I even asking you? So like in terms of, I think with unis as well, they try and prepare you for like a career in every aspect of dance. Like, for example, when I went to UEL, like we did like a module unit on site specific, we did practical, we did like placement, we did business unit, like we did final project choreography, which was great, like it was brilliant. But now I find myself going to do my masters because I want that bit of tunnel vision. But yeah, no, that makes sense. And maybe having more of an idea when
Yeah.
you're in uni or when you're in your second year trying to figure out this is where I want to go, at least for the next like few years out of uni. And then I think that definitely
Yeah,
gives
because
you
I think, you
a
know what
start.
I think I missed? I missed having conversations. Like I feel like I was always
Mm,
in class or like in
yeah,
class mode that like I actually didn't have those conversations with my peers or like with my teachers and stuff like
yeah.
enough. Like and
Mm,
honestly, sometimes I did go through a phase of wanting to please everyone, so I kind of just
yeah,
answered questions thinking what people wanted to hear. Whereas like
yeah. I think
sometimes I
everyone's
think
got
it's really, yeah, it's really important to speak out what you want, and even if you don't know what you want, I think that's important for your peers and your leaders to know, so that they can
yeah,
at least
yeah,
like advise or offer certain things. Because if like I could see something in you that you couldn't see in yourself potentially, so like if I can see that in you, it's
yeah,
kind of also my responsibility to kind of share those opportunities that I think feel fitting for you.
yeah.
And if that's not what you want, at least you can try, or you can at least say no thank you, whatever. So I think that needs to happen more as well. Talking more, I think, is a big
Mhm.
communication, because it's all good turning up for your class on time and being on point, but then are you speaking to your students, or are you having those conversations about what they actually
Yeah,
want to do? Because I've spoken to
yeah,
a lot of students who feel like they're in Groundhog Day sometimes when they go to college and stuff, and they're just doing the same thing every day, but not really knowing
mhm.
what it's going towards. So I think that's an important thing that should be, well, that could be implemented if it isn't already in certain establishments.
Yeah. Well, I think about when I was at uni, I had a personal tutor, and I really took advantage of having a personal tutor, and they helped me figure like I wanted to go freelance when I finished uni. So I don't know what it's like with dance colleges. I don't know whether they have that same thing, but maybe for graduates that watch this, that taking advantage of your personal tutor is if you
Yeah,
have,
because I
or
think
even just
you had that.
or,
Yeah.
yeah, or even just find one and take them like your favorite lecturer,
But
just
exactly, and
take
just
advantage of
bombard
them.
them and be like, yo,
Yeah.
because I think it's important, because I think, I don't know, hopefully some places do this, but I feel like
Mm.
it would be sick if like every person or every student that leaves gets assigned a mentor for like 6 months or like a
Yeah, yeah.
year after they leave, just to like check in with them and see
Mm.
like what they're
After
doing.
they leave me, yeah, that would
Because I
be
think
a
that's a big thing. Like when you leave
follow
something,
up.
I think that happens with everything. Like anything that you've been a part of for a long time, and then you finish or you leave or you end, whether it's a job or education. I think it's
Mm.
quite a daunting experience. Like bloody COVID, mate. Like no one knew that was
Yeah,
gonna happen. Everyone's like, "What we doing?" So I
what are
think
you
it's
doing?
like, yeah. So
Yeah,
I think it's that same feeling.
yeah, no, like 100%. Like having like those 6 months when you leave uni, you're kind of like, what?
What is going on? Yeah,
Yeah, because uni
exactly.
you're in such a bubble, and like for me, I was just like, right, I've got to get my degree. That was all I was focusing on, and
Mm.
then suddenly like,
You've
okay,
got it now, so.
here's the world. Now what do I do with it? So yeah, I think definitely having that kind of follow up,
Mm.
almost like his real life. Now you're an
Yeah.
adult, like you got to go for it. So yeah, no, definitely that's um yeah, definitely. I've got like one more question,
Cool.
and then we can wrap it up.
Wicked.
I said, what if you're thinking about? Because obviously, I know you've worked with a lot of unis. Like if you're looking at kind of newly graduated dancers, what do you think they need more of? Like this can kind of probably tie in with what you're speaking about already, but if you're thinking about, I don't know if you've got like a couple of people in mind or like anyone you know, like what do you think like the industry needs to give them more of, or what they need personally?
Oh, like for the new graduates that have come out.
Yeah, like not necessarily. I think I've just elaborated my question like
No, no,
5 questions. I'm sorry about that.
no, it's totally fine. It's totally fine.
No, like I think I wrote. Let's just stick exactly to the question. What do you see newly graduated dancers need more of?
Mm.
I'm going to leave it at that. I'm just changing the question.
No, 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 it's fine. I think it's a good question. I think it's a hard one.
Mhm.
Um, I think it'd be great to like, I don't know, have more opportunity to experience. I guess that happens anyway, because everyone just goes to do as many auditions as they can and want.
Yeah,
I think it depends on the genre or the style as well, because I think it's, personally, I think if someone went to dance school but then they really wanted to do, I don't know, hip hop theater or something
yeah,
more street dance based, as much as that is getting bigger now, there isn't such a huge I don't know, path clear pathway to go,
Yeah.
boom, I want to leave college and be in, I don't know, Zoo Nation. I want to leave college and be in, I don't know, like Black, White, Grey. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not,
Yeah.
there's no clear kind of pathway. So I think maybe for me personally, in my focus, I want to create more opportunities for people to train within those styles and actually work. Because like, I know things have changed now, but your average contemporary dancer could probably book work for a year at least. Like, whereas your average street dancer / hip hop dancer will find it much harder to keep than bookings, and also will be asked to manipulate their style and what they do to be more open and I want like to be able to mold them more, whereas like a contemporary dancer does contemporary, like you're booking for that, so that's what I'm gonna do. Do you know what I mean? So I think I would love to create more opportunities and more work for people to do the styles that they do, and that they have trained hard for. Because the same way that someone trains for years as a ballet dancer is the same. A crumper trains, even though it's not in an establishment, but it's the same way that someone that does crump trains for years. Do you know what I mean? So like having availability for things like that, I think is really important. It's definitely happening, like especially with like the NPO companies that are now organizations, should I say, that are going to hopefully be creating more work when things are eased, and more opportunities. But I definitely see there's like a loophole of dancers over 25 in the hip hop arena in regards to work, unless you're going to go abroad. That's another one. I wish, sorry, I know I'm adding 10 million things, but another one is people inspiring you to go abroad and not everything here. Because I know that's hard now because of COVID, but 2021, hopefully. But like, but I think the influence of actually seeking things abroad,
100%,
because you can get so caught up in wanting to be the hottest thing in the UK, or like your on job in the UK, and then I've spoken to so many people that don't either feel appreciated or they don't feel like they're getting where they want to get to, when there's a whole big world out there of other opportunities.
100%. I think like if I'm taking it back to when we went to New York and did myself over there, that was like eye-opening to me. And I was going into my third year then, but I was like, there's so much out there, and I'm still not fully gone for it. But like I think definitely there's a lot of other scenes, and like you'll get a lot of other kind of like styles of street. If you're a street dancer, that is like lots of other styles of street dance. I felt like in hip hop it was really raw. In hip hop in New York, it was really raw. People kind of different kind of flavor, but it was nice. But
I think there's so many opportunities that we just don't realize, and I think that's one thing I definitely thought for, like, if I could go back, for someone to just be there going, Chloe, go to Amsterdam, or Chloe, go to like the rest of Europe, like go to like New York or whatever, like earlier, even though I have done now, and I'm blessed to have been to a lot of different countries, but I think I would have done it even more or even quicker. I think as well as working in the UK, because don't get me wrong, there's amazing opportunities here as well, but I think just having conversation with people and them feeling a bit lost, I think there's always that opportunity to go elsewhere, and having your mindset open to that as well. It may be more challenging, but I think that there's so many prospects in seeking outside of your bubble or your comfort.
And then when you bring that back with you, that's just an extra quality, extra like skill that you have as a dancer, and what you can bring something different.
100%.
Amazing. They're all my questions. It was amazing. Should we see? I think we've got a few people watching. Does anyone have like a question or like any comments that ask Chloe? I think I'm not really sure. First live I've ever done, so I'm like, if anyone's got a question, but like if not, we'll wrap it up.
Cool, no problem. I think this is a great idea, and I'm looking forward to more of the interviews that you do as well.
I'm trying to, like, hopefully every like 2 weeks or so we're gonna aim it at these kind of questions with some more industry people. But it's just trying to slowly set up the Dance Integrated platform, so hopefully we can bridge that 6 months when people come out again.
I think that would be amazing. Like, definitely, to have that support for people. I think
Yeah,
people really benefit from it, especially to transition over to the industry and feel supported in doing so, because I think there's so many different areas that you get like even when you book a job, you might book a job straight away and then you get the contract or the fee and you're like, or they ask you what your fee is and you're like,
I don't know. Oh, but yeah. So yeah. Okay, cool. I think that's it. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I'm saying to the IGTV, and yeah, thank you so much, Chloe.
You're so welcome.
I'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.